What's going on, you little sexy motherfuckers? How y'all doing? Bet y'all missed me, didn't ya? Well, I'm back. And so today's video, I'm gonna do about my knuckle tattoos. Since some of y'all asked about it, and y'all kind of wanted to know what my knuckle tattoos meant, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna talk about it. Some of y'all didn't stop asking me about it, and y'all kind of were like, what does your knuckle tattoo mean? What does your knuckle tattoos mean? What do they say? So my knuckle tattoos say Dirty South. This hand says Dirty, and then this hand says South. Okay. I know you didn't see it very good, but it says Dirty right here. Dirty, and then South. So Dirty South. So what does Dirty South mean? It means that I grew up in Dirty South. I grew up in Tennessee. I grew up in the dirty, dirty South. Basically, I grew up in Chattanooga, like way deep in dirty South territory. Now, the dirty South people, the folks down there, are hardworking, blue-collared folks. They are kind folks, if you don't piss them off. They are the kind of folks that they are good, not only loving, kind, caring folks, but if you are their family, their friends, they will give you their shirt off their back. They will make sure that you, your family, are taken care of. They will get shit done. No questions asked. If you have a problem or you need something done, you call them up. They're going to be there. They will get that shit done like that for you. They will make sure that that shit gets done. No questions asked. But a lot of times, when it comes down to it, these folks love to not only work hard, but go out, fish, hunt, sometimes live off the land. They'll have their own stock, they'll have their own stuff, like their own farm. Basically, they know how to adapt to their own living environment. So they try not to always depend on the grocery store. They try to, sometimes depend on themselves. They'll have milking cows, they'll have butchering cows, they'll have things that they need. So they live their lives the way that they can live, which is good. That's how they want to live. A lot of times, they mostly will stay to themselves. They try to stay to themselves. They live in a peaceful environment. They try to stay within that peaceful mind and frame where they will be nice to you. They'll tip their hat maybe or say howdy or hi. They don't really get into anyone's business but their own. They stay in their own lane, which is good because typically that's what we do around here. We don't do like the busybody gossip shit that city slickers do. We don't like that shit. But when we go into town, yeah, you can see a lot of that shit going on. Mrs. A and Mrs. B are going to be gossiping about person A and person B. Of course, you know that's going to happen. But the people that are like the deep down southern Appalachian type people, they mind their own damn business. They stay to themselves. They want to stay to themselves because that's how they've lived their whole entire life. They grew up at an age where they've learned responsibilities first, play last. And I learned that same type of mentality when I was a kid. when I was growing up, I had to learn that really quickly. That we need to get our chores done. If we wanted to go out and play, we had to go out and do our chores or get things done. And yeah, I was able, when I was a kid, to go out and play and have my normal kid life, but chores would always come first. It was just part of life. And it taught me how to be a grown up, to be who I am today. Thankfully, my mom and pa had taught me that because I wouldn't be who I am today. That's what we were taught. That's what we were brought up to be. Respectful. Mind our manners. Open the door for people. Say please and thank you. Go to church on Sunday. Praise the Lord. Break bread. Go to work. Go to sleep. Work hard. That's what we were taught. That's what we learned at a very young age. Is that this is the lifestyle that we lived. Pretty much the life that a lot of people should live. Don't get into fights. If you got into a fight, my pa would always tell me, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose the fight, son. It only mattered if you just got up and if you did what you did. And as long as you didn't start the fight, you were okay. As long as you were not the instigator of the fight, you were okay. You were fine. As long as you got good grades, you were good. That was the only thing that mattered to my mom and pa. Was keeping my good grades, trying to stay out of fights, staying out of trouble, doing what I could to help around the house, and being a good kid, and trying to be the best I could be. You know, growing up to be a mature adult. And I did. I did the best I could. And my mom and pa raised me well. Now, I do get a lot of comments about the flag behind me, and a lot of people saying, oh, that's a typical type mentality for somebody that has the flag. Well, of course, you would say that because you're probably stupid or ignorant. Because what you don't realize is that people don't realize is that this flag, number one, does not represent racism or hate or ignorance. It represents heritage, pride in our heritage. And that's what also my parents, my mom and pa taught me, is that we have pride. Keep ourselves humble, but have pride in who you are as a Southern person. Whether you're a Southern man or a Southern belle, which would be a Southern woman, have that pride. But remember to be humble. And don't let pride get to you, because that would become big ego. And that ego can stack up. So, of course, people don't understand what it means, what this flag means. They don't understand what it means to be me. They wouldn't understand what it means to have this tattoo. Well, conservative, why do you have to have that tattoo on you? I don't have to have the tattoo. The tattoo just represents me. It's a reminder to me every day that I wake up, I go to sleep, who I am, what I am, and represents that this is what life I am, and that I have been born under. I haven't chose it. Dixie chose this life. Dixie chose my life. Excuse me. I had hiccups. When Dixie chose me to be one of her children, I have to take that as honor. And I have honor in that. And I always have to remember that there is great honor and pride into it. But also there's great responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. And the responsibility for me with this is that I have to always remember that there are times where I might have to defend what I am or who I am. But I always have to kind of step back a little bit and tell myself I don't always have to defend who I am or what I am. I don't gotta defend nothing. I don't gotta explain myself. But I'm only explaining myself because I think it's a story that you could be in a city life and you can feel that same way that Dixie's calling you. You could feel born in the wrong part and you can feel that same call, that same belief, and say, yeah, I feel that same way, that same connection. You can still believe it. You may not be one of her children. You may not be like born in that state, but you can have that same belief. It don't matter. You can still believe it. You can represent it. You can have that same type of mentality. It's okay. You don't gotta feel bad about it. You can feel prideful about it. But just, again, be humble. Because no matter what, even if you feel like you are allegedly, let's say you're born in a city, like I said, and you've always felt like, I don't feel like a city kitty. I've always felt like I've been a southern person and I've always had that southern life in me, that southern call, that to southern part of me always yearned to just pop out of me and want to just go explore. That's that southern side of you that just says it's time. And that's okay to explore it. It's okay to agree with it. But it's not okay to go out there and be racist and hateful because we don't agree with it. We do not agree with racism. We do not agree with hate or bigotry at all. Good Southern folks will never agree with it at all. We will always agree that we will stand with all lives matter. We will always stand with every life should matter. And that no matter what, we love you, right? We always try to stand the same way that the Bible says. Love thy neighbor as you love thyself. Do good, and good will come to you. You do evil, evil will come back to you tenfold. If you believe in those things, if you believe that that's the kind of thing that you stand for, then good. Yes, you can fly the flag. Yes, you can represent us. Yes, you have every right to call yourself one of us. But if you claim us or claim to be one of us and you do it the wrong way and in an ignorant way, you will get called out in the most worst way possible. You will be made fun of. You will be degraded because we don't tolerate it. We will laugh at you. We will call you out for it because that we don't tolerate it. I don't, especially me. I don't think it's acceptable on any behalf. I've called out a lot of rednecks, a lot of people that claim they're rednecks, and they were racist motherfuckers, and I didn't like them, and I don't accept them. And they asked me, well, golly gee whiz, conservative, I thought we were one of you, and I said, no, you're not. You don't claim to be me, or you don't claim to be a redneck, or you don't claim to be southern, and be racist. That's not how it works, kiddo. That's not how you go about it. You gotta be nice. You gotta be nice to people. You gotta work with each other. Even if they may be a city kitty or a city slicker or somebody in the city that you don't agree with, or they may be a different skin color than you or a different religion, you gotta be nice to them. Kindness goes a long ways, folks. That's what it means. That's why I have that tattoo on my hand. It represents a lot of things. It represents deep down in my heart that every day when I look at it, it's a reminder that I am one of Dixie's children. That Dirty South made me, Dixie raised me. That I am who I am. And it's a deep down reminder that these are my roots that I have to live by. That I will live by the code, I will die by the code. And I will not ever change, no matter what. And that this code that I live by and I will die by will continue to be in my heart forever and ever and ever. Because that is what I was raised to go by. And that's the same code that every Southern person should go by. So, I hope that helps. I hope this video helps. And hope y'all understand a little bit. So, y'all can understand why I have that tattoo. So, enjoy. Love y'all. See you in the next vid.